Hey, this is Mark from Mobile Diesel. It's like 25 degrees out. A lot of ice everywhere. I'm doing my thing. Anyways, but I thought this one was kind of interesting. The folks, they had to wait a few days for me to come out, and they had somebody else come and look at the equipment. And then they got some insane quote for like $5,000 based on what this laptop said. Not this laptop. This laptop's mine. And I pulled the same code, but basically they'll plug in. You know, you got your 9-pin cat comlink and all that, and that came up as a high pressure fuel pump defect, and it was like over $5,000 for the pump and the labor, which is this guy here. And at that point, they decided, okay, maybe they will wait for me. And I came in, and I generally, like, especially with fuel systems, a lot of things that will cause a fake reading will be located in the fuel system. So, like, even if you have just a dirty filter, or they put gasoline instead of diesel, it'll pop codes that aren't accurate at all, right? So, right here sits a lift pump, which is now in my vise in the back of my service truck, and I checked for power, and there's no power going in. Checked the lift pump was seized, and lift pump is shorted out. And what that does here, this is the lift pump right here, what that does, the resistance is 0.8 to 1.1 ohms. And it doesn't rotate, so it's shorted at that resistance there. Like, motors will go down there, but they'll spring back up unless it's stuck in one position. Anyways, the point of this whole thing is, yeah, I mean, basically the laptop's only going to get you in the ballpark. You still got to go through the diagnostic steps, and this would have been a really expensive mistake, pissed off the customer, and cost everybody a lot of money and grief. The other thing I want to say is that it could very well be the high pressure lift pump if it's been cavitating, mainly because if the high pressure lift pump turns into a suction pump as well, it does sometimes cause cavitation. So we're not out of the woods yet, but I'm about 98% sure all we're going to need to do is change this guy, and that'll be it. All right. Hey, well, the plot thickens. The new pump is working great, but I removed this cover here. This is the primary filter. Primary means first filter to see fuel. Most equipment have primary, secondary, but the smaller piece of equipment is sort of an all-in-one thing. So it, water separator, primary, secondary, and all that. But way the hell deep in there, some moron put a Volkswagen Beetle filter, like a 1970s style Volkswagen Beetle filter. And this thing got restricted. Nobody saw it. It was totally caked in dirt. You can see how it's caved in there. And it burnt out the lift pump, the electric lift pump. The whole thing was just struggling and straining. You see it's cavitated. That pump cost my customer $700+. They have aftermarket ones, but from Caterpillar, that pump was $700. All because of that guy. Ridiculous. Anyway, I'm pulling it out because you don't need a primary filter for a primary filter, and it's totally undersized. It's meant for a completely different application. Just destroyed everything. All right, that's it. All right, she's done. Running beautifully. Got to put the lid back on. That's it for now. Another one bites the dust.